Ever wondered what would happen if you could travel back in time? Let's embark on a journey to explore the fascinating theory of temporal weave dynamics, or TWD for short. This theory presents a whole new perspective on time. It suggests that time isn't a relentless river flowing in one direction, but more like an intricate weave akin to a fabric. Now imagine each strand of this weave as a potential timeline. These strands, always in motion, interlace, part ways, and reconnect in a cosmic dance. We call the primary threads of this fabric the timeline weft. This is where events occur, causes lead to effects, and history unfolds in a linear fashion. Then we have the timeline warp. These are the auxiliary threads that crisscross the weft. They represent alternate timelines, some eerily similar to the primary timeline, others wildly different. But how does one navigate this intricate temporal tapestry? Well, buckle up as we're about to find out. Imagine if you could hop from one timeline to another, like jumping between strands of a woven fabric. That's exactly what temporal weave dynamics, or TWD, proposes. In this theory, time travel isn't just about going forward or backward. It's about leaping between different strands of time, each representing a potential timeline. This is what we call strand jumping. Sounds fun, doesn't it? But here's the catch. You can't just strand jump willy-nilly, you need to create a temporal anchor at your departure point. Think of it as your own personal GPS marker in the weave of time. This anchor ensures that you can return to your original timeline, kind of like a cosmic homing pigeon. So, you've got your temporal anchor set, you've done your strand jump, and now you're ready to explore. But what happens if you try to mess with the past? Ever thought about preventing your birth? Well, the temporal weave won't let you. You see, in the world of temporal weave dynamics, paradoxes are resolved in three ingenious ways. Firstly, we have the self-adjusting weave. If you, the intrepid time traveler, were to take actions that could result in a paradox, the weave would redirect you to an alternate strand where your actions are consistent and no paradox arises. It's like the universe's own autocorrect feature. Secondly, we encounter immutable events. These are like knots in the weave, points where many strands converge. They are stubbornly resistant to change, and any attempt to alter them will be naturally rebuffed by the fabric of time itself. Consider them the universe's no-go zones. Finally, we have echo events. When minor paradoxical actions are taken, like whispering a secret to your younger self, they become echo events. They resonate across nearby strands, causing a slight ripple, but without majorly altering the course of history. It's like the universe's version of a harmless prank. So, what implications does this theory hold for our civilization? Get ready for temporal tourism and interstrand communication. In a world governed by temporal weave dynamics, the way we live, interact, and even vacation could be transformed. Imagine, for instance, signing up for a temporal tourism package. You're not just heading to Rome, you're heading to Rome in the Renaissance, or perhaps a Rome where the empire never fell. And it's not just about sightseeing. You could be experiencing alternate histories, or even futures firsthand. But with such power comes a whole new set of moral and ethical dilemmas. Temporal ethics will likely emerge as a new field of study. Is it right to alter another strand's timeline even if it doesn't affect yours? Should we have the right to intervene in the past, or should we let bygones be bygones? These are questions we'll have to grapple with. And then there's the tantalizing possibility of strand communication. Imagine being able to converse with your alternate selves, or even civilizations in different strands. We could be sharing knowledge, culture, or even just a friendly chat across the temporal weave. It's like having pen pals, only they're from a different timeline. Now, let's gaze into the crystal ball and take a look at some predictions. Locations with a high concentration of temporal activity might experience what we could call temporal echoes, faint imprints of events from neighboring strands. It's like getting a sneak peek into another timeline without having to pack your bags. Advanced civilizations might even develop temporal resonators, devices that can detect the proximity of different strands and predict significant knots or immutable events. These could be our early warning systems against major historical upheavals. And finally, the discovery of temporal weave dynamics might open the door to an even bigger revelation, the existence of a multiverse weave. Imagine a grand cosmic tapestry where not just time but even the laws of physics interweave. Now that's a mind-bender. In the world of temporal weave dynamics, time is not just a single story, but a collection of interwoven tales. And you, my friend, could be a temporal adventurer navigating this grand cosmic tapestry.